with that, I'll leave it open if there's any questions for you.
Anybody? Questions? Thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right. Our next item, that would be to consider and approve the financial audit report for 2018. Ms. Gordon, you want to make that recommendation?
Administration recommends that you approve the 2018 financial audit as written.
Thank you. We have a recommendation from administration to approve the financial audit report as presented. Do we have a motion?
So moved. Second.
We have a motion by Dr. Van Kamak, a second by Mr. Stephen Martinez. Any questions or discussion? If none, all in favor show of right hand. The motion passes 6-0. Thank you very much. Our next item will be to consider and if appropriate approve MOU for SFA. Ms. Joshua.
Good evening, board members, Dr. Hudson. Under board policy GNC legal for any educational partnership between a district and community college district or other district, an agreement must be approved by the board or designee of both the district and the college district. Stephen F. Austin University currently offers dual credit courses for 9th through 12th grade students who meet qualifications for concurrent enrollment. JISD does not have an MOU with SFA to provide services for JISD students who would benefit from enrollment in dual credit and career tech courses. Per the MOU attached, SFA will allow our students to enroll and complete courses online via face-to-face and or via Zoom at either Jasper High School or the SFA location in Nacogdoches. The MOU will allow students the opportunity to achieve up to 66 hours of academic credit. The dual credit option creates opportunities for students to find and complete courses designated as college and career pathways. Core courses are available and not limited if the course has enough enrollment for the college to continue offering the course. Currently, SFA has offered a waiving of the $50 application fee, tuition rates of $150 per course based on 3 credit hours, which is $50 per credit hour, plus the cost of 2 textbooks for courses taught at Jasper High School and or via Zoom. Online courses require a classroom at Jasper High with a proctor, which may be a paraprofessional, which would be paid by JISD, and a cost of $249 plus the textbook. All other fees, including books, are the sole responsibility of the student. At this time, we recommend accepting the MOU articulation agreement for Jasper High School and Stephen F. Austin University.
We have a recommendation to approve the MOU for SFA as presented. Do we have a motion?
So
We have a motion by Mr. Martinez. Do we have a second?
second.
Second by Dr. Van Kamak. Any question, discussion?
Does this, I know Angelina has agreed to finish out this spring semester. Is this an alternative to that? And does this begin now, or does this begin?
No, this is, we're looking long-term planning. We've had a couple of conversations, and we're looking to do something really big in this area as far as the superintendents in this region getting together and really trying to drive down the cost and provide face-to-face instructors and youth and administrators. We've been working hand-in-hand with several of our, we all want the same thing. So this is just one of the pieces that we're ultimately trying to put together, but we're trying to look long-term what we can provide for Jasper, which include possibility of kids receiving an associate degree, also kids getting CTE certification. So a lot of the superintendents in that area are very interested in this program. So we've had 2 meetings, and we're looking forward to having another meeting where we actually sit down and talk about our needs and what kids we're going to have in this program. Then we have to talk about funding, but I think it's really moving forward for progress in Jasper. I think this is going to be a great opportunity for our school district.
There's a significant price reduction for parents.
But besides the price reduction, part of the ultimate goal from all these superintendents is try to find a way to fund this without actually making the kids pay for anything. Including one of the things they have on there is that it's $33 or $50 for online. So if we do face-to-face, we're trying to drive down the cost. We're trying to figure out within our region who do we have that is certified and credentialed to teach some of these courses, so that we actually almost like sharing, so that we can all benefit from it. So that the class of English for 35 may have 28 from Jasper, and they have others from different other schools that are buying into this consortium to provide opportunities for their kids as well. Especially when we talk about the CTE. We have a lot of things we can offer our kids, but some of our other districts, smaller districts, are struggling with some of these opportunities. And so we're trying to put our resources together and do this in the best interest for just this area.
Does this conflict any with the MOU we just did with Angelina?
Now, the MOU, multiple things, the MOU pretty much is broken with Angelina, which we'll get to the next part. And, you know, we can break an MOU at any time. So the thing is, we're looking to see what's going to be best for our kids. And so we will have another MOU that's talking about just for the spring semester and how we're going to handle all that, because we have to do all the negotiation. Of course, with the information that came out, I don't know, when did that information come out? That they were closing?
To us or to the public? To the public, it came out in September. To us, it came out last week.
No, well.
Or officially.
Officially, so we've just been working through and trying to, Ms. Kip has been working with us and trying to get this all resolved, and it's almost been a crazy triangle, because we'll get one bit of information and then we'll meet and she'll tell us something totally different, and we finally got all the players together so that we can at least take care of our kids for the spring semester, and then moving forward, what are we going to do long-term for our kids. And that was part of this plan with the student also. We want to have a backup plan just in case something happened, because we don't want to penalize the kids for the dual credit process and not get the opportunity to finish the spring semester. We just want to make sure we finish the process with Angelina, as far as the kids who are currently enrolled in fall semester courses to take their spring semester courses.
So this new thing, was this, if I understood you correctly, you were partnering with some of the other districts, is that right?
We're working on that. We've had 2 meetings. They're very interested in the next meeting is focused on how many kids would qualify for the program. What CTE programs strands that we're looking at. I think one of the things we talked about was CNA, which is an additional program in addition to welding, and there was another one that was popular. I don't know if you remember which one. No, there was another one that was very popular that the superintendents were looking at. I can't remember.
There were 2 additional ones. One of them was the oil and gas, which we were trying to figure out how we were going to accomplish that.
Yeah.
And then,
But we want to make sure that whatever programs we put into this, for this opportunity, will be aligned with the TEA certification, because not only is it great for the kids to get in these programs, we also have to look at our A through F and accountability and what we can do to make sure we get the recognition, because CCMR, it's College Career and Military Readiness, makes up 60% of one of the indices, and so it's in our best interest to make sure we maximize that as best as possible. And that's one reason why the other superintendents we're very excited about this opportunity because we all have the same struggles. And if we all work together, we become the driving force in making sure and providing the opportunities for our kids.
Now, you're speaking of CTE. correct?
CTE and, well,
And
CTE is
getting
part
them
of it.
certification.
Certification in the CTE process, yes.
Right.
But then also in the dual credit process, you know, right now, most kids can get up to 28, 32 hours. I don't know if that math is right.
Pushing it.
Pushing on the math. But, you know, there's plans, you know, there's process where we actually could have our kids, if they qualify, could actually graduate with their associate degree before they graduate with their high school diploma. And I think that's I have experience with that, and I've been principal in Garland. I started a program similar to that, and Dr. Simon liked the program because, you know, that is a great opportunity. And so if we can get our kids the opportunity to do that, it's better for the district, it also is better for the kids.
What impacts or what is the future of the Jasper Higher Education Board and the facility? Will we be using that facility?
Well, that's the plan. If we actually go in as a consortium, the answer is yes, because the selling point is that is not on Jasper High School campus. That is a separate facility and is treated that way as a large enough parking lot for a morning and afternoon bus route, so that ultimately the kids are going there, which is totally separate from the kids at Jasper High School. And that's the most appealing. Most of the superintendents that went on the tour, the facilities, one principal, even one superintendent, even said this will make a great elementary school. So they all like the idea, they see the possibilities. It's just us working together and putting the agreements together and getting something moving forward.
Any other questions or comments? If not, we have a recommendation to approve the MOU for SFA. We have a motion by Mr. Martinez, second by Dr. Van Kamack. All in favor of the motion, show with right hand. All opposed, like sign. None. Motion carries 6-0. Thank you very much. Our next item will be to consider and if appropriate, approve the MOU for communities and schools. Ms. Johnson.
Based on View and Parnell's campus needs assessment, we as a district have been looking for a way to address our students' social and emotional needs, reduce disciplinary referrals, and increase classroom instructional time. Partnering with communities and schools brings the support to the campuses by providing a full-time case manager for each campus, as well as a minimum of 1 day per campus, one for View, one for Parnell, for on-campus services by a licensed professional counselor, school psychologist, or other mental health professional to provide continuity of necessary services. Presented are MOUs, you have 4, one for 2018-2019 that would finish us out January 2019 through August 2019 for View, the same for Parnell, as well as an MOU for 2019-20 for Parnell, and an additional one for View. These agreements must be reviewed and approved by the board or designee for both the district and communities and schools. The MOU will allow our students to receive supports in mental health services, academic services, family services, and outreach programming. We recommend approval of these 4 MOUs.
We have a recommendation to approve the MOUs for communities and schools as presented. Do we have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
We have a motion by Mr. Webb, a second by Ms. Stewart. Any questions or comments?
I think this is a good move, move in the right direction.
Very much needed.
Very much, absolutely. If no other questions or comments, all in favor, show of right hand. It carries 6-0. Thank you very much. Our next item will be to consider and if appropriate, approve MOU for the RRG mediation. Ms. Jocelyn.
Based on View and Parnell's campus needs assessments, again, we are, as a district, are looking for those ways to address the social emotional needs, reduce disciplinary referrals, and increase classroom instructional time. The partnership with RRG Mediation and EduHero Mediation courses brings the support to the campuses by providing professional development where all administrators become trainers, and all district personnel engage in professional development for de-escalation. The train-the-trainer model ensures sustainability of the mediation and de-escalation programming. The courses include the mediation process, foundations of a conflict leader, 1.0 and 2.0, ethics and alternative dispute resolution, professional consideration of alternative dispute resolution, self-awareness, alternative dispute resolution, and work with our current model for CHAMPS and PBIS. Additionally, the mediation de-escalation model is expected to complement our PBMAS discipline referral reduction plan. Presented our MOUs for 2018-2019, which would take us through January 2019 through August 2019 for JISD. These agreements must be reviewed and approved by the board or designee for both the district and RRG consultants. So MOU allows our staff to receive additional professional development to support our student learning, conflict resolution, self-talk to de-escalate, and increase self-control. We have a recommendation to approve the MOUs.
We have a recommendation to approve the MOU for RRG mediation. Do we have a motion?
So moved. Second.
We have a motion by Dr. Van Kaymack, second by Mr. Martinez. Any questions or comments?
Yes, when will the training days begin for education?
The administrators are set, pending your approval tonight, the administrators are set to be trained on January 7th, and the EduHero courses will begin rolling out at that point. So they won't all be rolled out at the same time, because we have other things on those professional development calendars. And some of those courses are self-paced, so teachers can move through them more quickly, but we'll have a set schedule for the actual online courses.
But they will have actual work days to complete this?
Yes, ma'am, we've already been working on that calendar. 2 campuses are scheduled to
Thank you.
Any other?
And we eventually, part of that is also training some of my kids, especially at the secondary level, in peer mediation, to be able to help with some de-escalation. Because several school districts, even as a high school principal, I had peer mediators, and the kids were utilized for a lot of things to help with some of these issues.
Is this the link that you sent us by
Yes.
mistake?
Yes, ma'am.
No, I didn't send by mistake, Miss,
I had asked for the.
Yeah.
see, Ms.
Okay.
Marnell asked to see what, because it's on EduHero, she was just asking what it would look like, so I apologize for not giving any, I just pretty much did it, didn't give any background information, but it wasn't for anybody to take, it was she wanted to see what it would look like.
So it is just all online, like through EduHero?
Not all of it's online.
Not all of it's online. There are those 6 courses that are online. All the administrators get the face-to-face training, and then there are portions of that face-to-face training that come back to the campuses and roll out after they've done the online component, so it will be built into their campus PD.
Any other questions or comments? If none, all in favor of the recommendation as presented, show of right hand. All opposed, like sign. There are none. Carries 6-0. Thank you very much. And our last action item will be to consider and, if appropriate, approve MOU for the use of Jasper Center. Ms. Jocelyn.
Under Board Policy GNC Legal, for any educational partnership between the district, community college district, an agreement must be approved by the board designee of both the district and the college district. In the past, Jasper Higher Education Foundation and Angelina College District have operated and maintained the Jasper Center for Higher Education. As of December 14, 2018, the arrangement between those 2 entities has significantly changed, and Angelina will no longer be providing a full range of services and/or funding for the center. The Higher Education Board has committed to provide utilities of electricity, water, sewer, and gas for the operation of the center through the end of the spring semester, June 15, 2019. Angelina College has committed to provide utilities of phone and internet service, as well as the use of the current technology, both hardware and software, for the use and operation of the center through the end of spring semester, June 15, 2019. Angelina will continue to provide dual credit courses for currently enrolled students who meet the qualifications for concurrent enrollment. Angelina will honor the MOU signed in September 2018 with Jasper ISD. Note, core courses available are limited to those where students have already enrolled. Additional courses will not be offered for the spring semester. Jasper ISD may be required to provide proctors for online courses and/or may be required to provide a classroom at Jasper High with a proctor, which may be a paraprofessional paid by JISD. No discounts for tuition, fees, or books have been offered nor provided to JISD or our students by the Higher Ed Board nor Angelina College. We recommend approval of this partnership agreement between Jasper Higher Education Technology Center Foundation, Technology Foundation, Angelina College, and Jasper Independent School District.
We have a recommendation to approve the partnership agreement as presented. Do we have a motion?
So moved. Second. Either way.
We have a motion by Ms. Martindale, a second by Mr. Tom Weld. Any questions, comments?
I do have a question, where it says Angelina will honor the MOU signed in September of 18. Didn't you say a while ago that was not any good anymore?
It's pretty much broken, but I mean, we signed the MOU, but the change in the delivery, some of the criteria in it was not.
One of the criteria in the previous MOU was Angelina pretty much took care of everything for us. With this new arrangement, they're going to make sure that all of the classes that should be offered to our dual credit students so that they can finish out, especially our seniors, they have the opportunity for that. And the proctoring with this agreement, we're moving my office, the Office of State and Federal Programs, we're moving over to the Angelina Center to make sure that the Angelina Higher Ed Center can be operational, because otherwise we would need to find those additional classrooms that we talked about and proctors for all of the classes. So they are still sending their staff. We do still have those online classes. There's nothing of significance that changed on our behalf for this semester, but after this semester, the MOU has no guarantees.
So, I guess I'm confused why here it says we're honoring it, or they're honoring it, and then you're saying it's broken. What's broken? If we're honoring our end and they're honoring their end, it shouldn't be broken. So what part is broken?
Well, we had to modify our end of it for them to continue to honor their end, because they have pulled all staff from the center. The center is effectively closing this Friday. They have no staff there. Those staff have received their termination notices or have been reassigned. So without this agreement, they will not be able to honor the part of providing the services to our students, the instructional portion. So really, the MOU with them continues based on the instructional component. The operations component, they're not doing it.
Well, that makes sense.
And our eventual thing, like I said, once we all get together and figure out what we're gonna do as a group, some of this may change as well. Even though MOU, but there's ways to back out of MOUs. We're gonna do this in the best interest of Jasper ISD kids. And we want to use the center as much as possible because it's a great resource for the district as well as for the community.
Any other questions or comments? If none, we have a motion and a second to approve the partnership agreement as presented. All in favor, show of right hand. All opposed, like sign. There are none. It carries 6-0. Thank you very much. That concludes our action and business items. We'll now roll into our announcements and reports. There is, I have no board president's report to present, so with that, we'll follow up with the superintendent's report. Dr. Hudson.
I do want to mention, Mr. Durant is not here, but we have an agreement, or we're working with, Durant work with the Workforce Solution with Deep East Texas, and so the Jasper Independent School District is excited about the opportunity to partner with the Workforce Solution Deep East Texas in support of the High Demand Career Guidance Programming Initiative. This letter serves as JISD intent to provide internet access, computer, printer access, telephone access, and workspace for the workforce specialists coordinating the program. We understand the workforce specialists will be working with students in grades 5 through 12, meeting with students primarily in group sessions, partnering with the Workforce Solution, and providing an equal opportunity for participation, including working with our students who have disabilities. We understand the workforce specialists will have an on-site schedule for working in JISD and will serve solely in roles listed in this RFA, and that the workforce specialist will not be expected to serve in any other roles such as substitute teacher, test facilitator, etc. We understand that the specialist will adhere to ISD policies and procedures. The workforce specialist may outreach students, including distributing flyers, handout announcements, and to parents following Jasper ISD district procedures. The workforce specialist, while in JISD, will work with the Director of State and Federal Programs to set policies, procedures, and guidelines are followed. Pretty much we're going to have someone that's going to be working with our kids on career planning, which is anytime we can get any kind of additional resources, especially when we talk about these jobs that are coming up, these jobs in the areas that we're going to need people. I want to say it was Eddie Hopkins said we're looking for boomerang people who want to come back to Jasper and provide revenues for Jasper. On December 17th, I was contacted by the Temple Foundation. We have on the 18th, Opportunity Youth. It's a group that we're going to be talking about employing kids in schooling with 18 and 24 at the really age, and just having a conversation about it. So they want to do a tour. They have a group from the Aspen Institute, so they want to do a tour of Lufkin ISD, and they want to come to Jasper ISD for an hour. And so it's a great opportunity to talk about the struggles in workforce and everything else. And so we're setting up an hour-long presentation slash, which will be at the high school to talk about the struggles that we have in the workforce in Jasper. And then I just want to ask people to continue praying for, we had a death with one of our former students. One of our former students, we still have siblings or relatives still that are students. Also, we have employees that are struggling with things, as well as we have a death in one of our grandmother. So I just asking people to continue to pray for our people, because we know that a lot of people are going through things, and sometimes prayer answers things. So that's it for me. Oh, and also, first time ever, we actually, you have Christmas cards. So Jasper ISD has created their own Christmas card, and the artist winner who's on the front is Kinley, excuse me, sir, Kinley Shoemake, the snowman. And then we have one of our winners with Daniel Chin, Sydney Kane, who's on the inside, and then on the back we have Riley White and Amanda Smith. So, you said,
Well, I was thinking of.
yeah, I'm looking at that Rayleigh. Yes. So there's a reason why I don't announce names at graduation. I'll be Gerald and Butcher Hudson. I will mess up a name. But this is the first time we've had something. We want to expand that to all our kids in the future, to submit a Christmas card and then a picture, and we will actually do voting during our breakfast, so that teachers all get the opportunity to look at the cards and do their voting, so that everyone has opportunity to see the great work that our kids are doing. So I'm proud to have something to go out with our kids information on it. And we have the information on it. Then next we have is the campus report. Mr.
Good evening, everybody, once again. I'm here to do the Jasper High School campus report for you today, this evening. And as you can tell by what Dr. Hudson was talking about, our kids are very busy here in Jasper ISD, especially at the high school. We're involved in so many things here at Jasper High School. Okay. Where we are, just to let you know some things that we're doing at Jasper High School. Feel welcome to come to Jasper High School anytime you feel free, especially board members. You're welcome to come and walk around and see what's really going on at the school. We have Meet the Bulldogs, to let you know that's going on. Meet the Bulldogs, community events we have. We have college night. We have Avid Junior Chamber members meetings. We have volleyball. Our volleyball team advanced to the first round of the playoffs. Theater production of Cheaper by the Dozen. Our Avid team, they took a trip to Stephen F. Austin. Student Council semi-annual blood drive, that's taking place, and all this is taking place during the day. Our SAT, ACT testing is taking place on the weekends, on Saturdays. We have that, and we have a proctor for that. Our homecoming activities, we have homecoming activities. We have our community pep rally. We try to get the community involved in everything that we do. Our special education coordination days, we do that during the day, so our teachers can go by and visit with our special ed department and discuss what we need to do to help our kids to be successful. Our band advances to all region contest. Our Veterans Day program, which involves the community, we have that going on. Our activity period, which takes place about 25 minutes on Tuesdays and Wednesdays during to prep our students for our STAR EOC test. We have our CTE students are earning certifications. Our National Honor Society new member induction, we had that. And our NHS, they meet like every other week at 7:15 in the morning. So they discuss what they want to do and what's going on in the community, which they were at Walmart doing the bell ringers during last week. Our varsity football team advanced in the playoffs, as you can see, and we have attendance celebrations going on at campus. And so we have our perfect attendance students, students who have improved, and we go from there and we have serve them ice cream, and they get coupons and McDonald's cards or whatever, so they do that. And where we are academically, if you can look at the screen, you can see the screen. Last year, our 2017-18 results, we had some positive things going on on each grade level. We had more increases than decreases, if you can see that. That's where we are. Our Jasper High School distinctions and designations, as you can see, we go by grade level. We break it down with all students, our Hispanic students, our African American students, our white students, economically disadvantaged, our special education students, and our at-risk students. So we break all that down at school. In our PLC meetings, we break all that information down, and we try to find out what we need to do to make our students successful here in Jasper, Texas. As you can see, we have distinctions where we close the gaps in Domain 3, and we also our strengths and graduation rate, college and career military readiness. Where do we want to be? Our goal by 2020-2021, our Jasper ISD will develop CTE programs that will advance students enrolled in CTE from no students earning state certifications to at least 15 students earning state industry certifications. We want to do that. Our goal 4 from our board from 2020 to 2021, by that time, our Jasper ISD will meet or exceed Region 5 STAR averages in all subject areas for all students. This includes all students passing the STAR test on the first attempt. We want to make sure, we want to try to get all our students to pass on the first attempt. All career tech students earn certifications in the area of study. We have a lot going on out there in our CTE building, and we want to expand that program. All college-bound students increasing scores on the ACT, SAT testing. We had about, I think, 60 students or more this past weekend testing at the high school this past weekend. We want to close the gaps with our subgroups through our activity period, where each group we find out our core areas, and we find what students and what they need, and we put them in a particular class, and we go over information that we receive from the teachers in those particular classes for 25 minutes for 2 days a week. We want to increase student enrollment in our own ramps classes, which we have. We have 67 students enrolled in our own ramps right now. We have like 31 in English, I think 36 in our pre-cal class right now. And the students, what they do, we check out a computer to those students, and they work online all over campus. They have the opportunity, they go in the library, they can sit on our chairs, or they can do it wherever in the cafeteria. They can come by early in the morning. You will see our kids in the cafeteria. They're working on breakfast, they're on their laptops, they're on their computers, and we allow the kids during the day and lunch to get on their phones. You know, and some of them do work, and some of them send messages to each other, how they do. But it's been beneficial to us. It's been helping us during the day. But once that bell rings when lunch is over, the students have to put their phones away and go back to class. All students, we talked about that. Let's go closing the gaps with our subgroups. We want to do that through activity period. I already mentioned that. Continue to utilize our student involvement through various programs like the Principal Advisory Council. Well, we have that. We have a group of students on campus. It's a variety of students, not just our top students, but we have a mixture of students on that. We have some students who get in trouble at school. We have some students who are exceeds our expectations, and but we have them all involved in one room, and we get them together, and they let us know what they need at Jasper High School or what helps them in Jasper ISD. What do we need to bring to y'all to make sure y'all are successful here in Jasper ISD? And our last meeting that we had, the students, they stepped up to the plate, and it was very good. We have students getting involved. Some who you would think not enjoy that, they really enjoyed that. They enjoyed communicating with the other kids that they didn't know, because they had to sit at the table with them and discuss different options that we have here in Jasper ISD. We want to promote positive feedback from our staff while working together to improve our education environment for all students. Our overall student attendance, we want to try to get to 97%. I think we're like at 95 right now for the year, which is not real good to me. I want to be higher than that, and I know you want to be higher than that, so we have to get our kids to come to school. Increase teacher retention rate. We want to keep our teachers here. That's one thing that the students talked about in the Principal Advisory Council. They said they want to keep the teachers that we have. They don't want to lose teachers to other districts. So I believe that District of Innovation will help that out with our retaining teachers, because during, sometimes we had some jobs that were full. I'll just say that. We had some jobs that were, we had teachers there, but then these other districts that have that District of Innovation, they would kind of pull our teachers away, because they were going to be paid salaries that were higher than what we were going to be able to pay those teachers, and so they went to that other district. We had 2 science positions where we had everything filled, and then all of a sudden they just left us like that. So the DOI will help. We want to use our, how do we get there? We got to use our activity period for tutoring and encourage growth while closing the gaps. We have to continue to meet with teachers during our PLC time to develop better instructional habits and work on closing the gaps. We continue to promote student, parent, and community involvement in the schools. We want our parents involved, because we know kids don't go home and tell everything that they need to tell, but we try to let you know through communication, through our Facebook, through our Twitter, through emails. They use our website. We try to let everybody know what's going on campuses. Continue to promote our fine arts program, which is very good. We have a new teacher out there, and she's pushing, and it's going very well. Continue to promote career and technology programs and certifications, and continue to promote positive teacher, parent, and student interactions. We want to recruit highly qualified faculty. And we are Jasper Pride Unified. Any questions?
Thank you, Mr. Williams.
Thanks,
for your
sir.
report. Our next report will be our financial. Ms. Horton?
You should have the updated reports in front of you. The first one is all funds combined, and this is for the month of November, based on what was posted and scoured through December the 4th. It includes all the funds except for the student, campus activity funds 461. The amended budget is roughly 29.5 million. We received approximately 7 million in revenues. Our expenditures are roughly about 6.2 million, giving us an excess of just over 700,000. And so pulling out the general fund on that on the second report. Our general fund amended budget is 23.9 million. We received 6.3 million in revenues, which is roughly 26% of our revenues budgeted. Our expenditures are a little over 5.5 million, which is 23% of the budget, giving us an excess of a little over, or just under 750,000. At the bottom of there, there's an explanation of some of the variances, the difference between the current year and the prior year. Most of those have to do with payroll due to the pay scale adjustments and or reclassification of positions.
I want to commend Ms. Horton. Some of these are recommendations from Ms. Duran. We want to make sure, besides having the current year, we use the prior year. So that's why you have the current year, prior year, but also one of the things, because sometimes there are going to be some variance, and we want to go ahead and give you some of the summary so you can understand why there are variances between year to year, because all years are not identically the same, and the things that have to be in those codes.
Anyone have questions or comments of Ms. Horton? Thank you, Ms. Horton. Good report. I'm not aware of any need to go into closed session. If no other member is, do we have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
All in favor, show of hand, right hand, anything? We're adjourned.